What's going on, guys? My name is Sean Harness and welcome back to my channel. Hey, today I want to jump back into the conversation about personal finance, and mainly because I feel that any of us can benefit from making more money and also being able to keep more money, right? So today's conversation, before I jump in, I just want to talk a little bit about when a lot of us are looking to be successful financially. One of the most powerful ways to be successful is to be cash rich, meaning that you're able to get a lot of cash flowing in, more that you have flowing out. A lot of us are focused in on the vehicle versus the destination. When I say destination is essentially to be successful from a personal finance perspective, your cash, right? But the vehicle, there's tons of vehicles you can take to get to that destination. I think that a lot of our focus needs to be making that cash, so generating that cash, but also learning how to keep more of that cash. That's what our conversation is going to be about today. Let's get started. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So for those of you who are new, welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Sean Harness, and brief introduction. I am an engineer, also a business strategist. I spent many years building but also managing several multi-million-dollar businesses within a few Fortune 500 companies. So my channel goal is to help you secure the wealth you deserve in your everyday life. So what that means is on this channel, we're gonna have discussions about personal finance, about career, so climbing the corporate ladder, small business, also about lifestyle. When you get a minute, go check out my website, seanharness.com. I have a free 3-day money video course there for those of you who are looking to gain some really good skills as it relates to your business as well as your career. If you found value in this video, make sure you like the video. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you guys know when I get ready to post a new video. Also, share this video with someone that you feel that can benefit from the information. All right, guys, so before we jump into it, hey, look, this is a conversation that I've had on my mind for quite some time, and I'm glad I'm getting a chance to talk about it today. So first, I want to say that I pride wealthy people on being able to get away from something that I like to call menu mentality. So let me give a brief story about menu mentality. A guy named John, he's not very secure financially, and he goes out with a couple of his friends that happen to be extremely wealthy. So they hit John up and tell him, hey man, we going out to eat, come with us. John's like, cool, I'm a roll. Okay, they're at the restaurant, they're getting ready to order. They're asking John, hey, have you decided what you want to eat? We've already ordered what we want. Do you know what you want yet? John's like, hold up. I gotta look at the menu. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I want yet. So John's looking through the menu and they're trying to rush him along. And so John finally comes back to say what he wants to eat, and they don't even have that anymore. They ran out of that in the back, right? So moral of the story here is that the guys who actually put in their order first, they didn't even look at the menu. And that's a lot of times what wealthy people do. And I love that they do that. I pride them on them doing that. Like, I love that. That sometimes they don't even need to look at the menu. They just get what they want. Mainly because they don't worry about money. They don't worry about how much something costs. They don't worry about if someone had it in the back. They just know that they want to live a certain lifestyle and they order what they want. And that's what they were trying to teach John. I love that story because it gets into some of the conversation that I want to have today. So people who don't worry about that menu mentality that I just described, they have a very strong cash position with their portfolio, whether it's their business or whether it's they've climbed up the corporate ladder and they're making a ton of money and they don't worry about money like that. So today I want to give you 6 ways to generate that cash, but also to maintain and sustain your cash position as you grow throughout your personal finance journey. So number 1, think small, but then think big. There's a lot of noise right now as it relates to businesses and making money. And there's so many people that'll probably tell you, hey man, you need to buy this house and you need to try and flip it. Or you know what, you need to buy this company, or you need to buy this company. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, how much money or how much cash do you think I have? I feel like what's most important is that a lot of people aren't in that cash position. So when I say think small first, think about ways that you can take the money and the cash that you have, invest in something, and even if it's a small return that you're getting from that investment, that's okay too. Because if you have a bunch of small investments, hey, if you've got like $500 investments that made $100, right? That's $500 in a month, right? So that could be very powerful for you. Those small investments that get small returns back, once you have more of that cash and more of that money, then you can go out and buy a property, or you can put some money in the market, or let's say you buy a company. You know what I mean? You can do all those things once you have enough cash. So number 2, study the success of other wealthy people. So what I feel is very important as you're looking to be successful financially, even if you're not looking to be rich, you need to see what other people are doing to be successful. And it's mainly the idea that being wealthy is about having a specific set of behaviors, being consistent, and also being thoughtful and being strategic. That's really what it's about here, guys. So for me, when I hear that somebody gained wealth, my main question a lot of times is, okay, what did they do to actually get this wealth? And it's not necessarily to compare myself because I want to be better and this and that. It's more so for me just about awareness, but also about the whole idea of like, hey, if they did it, I can do it too. Even if I do it in the same realm, or I would say the same industry, or if I start my own company and do something else. A lot of people who are looking to start businesses, they get discouraged a lot of times because I feel like a lot of people are like, well, this person already has that business. Well, if that ever happens to you, one thing I will encourage you to do is go to the grocery store and go to 2 aisles. One is the bread aisle. Have y'all ever realized how many different types of bread there is in the bread aisle of a grocery store? Another place is to go down the soup aisle. Have you ever realized that there's Campbell's soup, there's Progresso soup, or Progressive, I don't know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. There's all these different types of soups and all these different types of varieties and things like that. It's mainly because people like variety. And if you start a business, or if you have a product or service that you're trying to push out, you can do it. That's the message. Like, that's it. All right, so number 3. More money is not always a solution. Think about this. People who, let's say, come from money and they have access to a lot of money, just because they start a business doesn't always mean it's going to be successful. For me, what it comes down to is your operation, right? How are you operating your business? How are you able to have good customer service? How are you able to have good systems? How are you pricing your business so that you're able to make money? And how are you pushing that out? Those are the things for me that are most important. Also, what's important is if you're making money, how are you insulating and protecting that money that you're making, right? Those are all things for me that are most important when you have a business. And I want to tell you guys, this is how corporations operate. And I know a lot of you guys say that, hey, I don't want to be rich, or I don't want to have a multi-million-dollar corporation. That's cool. All I'm saying is that there are some really good techniques and tips that you can take from those corporations and operate in your small business or operate in your personal finances. All right, so number 4. I know this sounds cliche, but invest in yourself. And I'm sure you've heard that before, but here's where I'm talking about investing in yourself in 2 ways. The first way is obviously going to be as it relates to if you're working for a company and you have access to free money, let's say for your 401k, and they have a match. I said this in my previous video, but I cannot impress this upon you enough that you need to take that free money. So if you can put in that 4% and they match that 4% up to a certain dollar amount, make sure you're taking that free money. And that's the money that's going to come out your check before you do anything else. Secondly, another way to invest in yourself, go ahead and take that master class, right? Learn a skill set from someone who's an expert at something, whether it relates to your career, it relates to your business, it relates to your personal finances. Get more skills so that you can essentially be better. When I think about that, I think about how even the best of the best, let's say Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, these guys all also had trainers or other experts that helped them to get better at whatever it is that they were trying to do. I think that is also very important for you to take that money sometimes, because when you talk to an expert, it costs money. 9 times out of 10, it costs money. I think that that's a great investment for yourself, because once you have that new skill set, that's where you can take a lot of those skills that you already had, put it together with that theoretical knowledge that you got from this expert, put those things together, and you can be extremely powerful as it relates to your business, as it relates to your career, as it relates to anything from a finance perspective that you're looking to do. Number 5, focus on relationships. So relationships are so important. I'm going to tell you a secret. A lot of times in corporate America, even if you are this person who has great skills and you're able to perform very well, if you don't have the relationship piece down, if you don't know how to talk to people, build relationships, and get certain people to like you or understand even how to navigate corporate politics or just a political perspective, that piece is also very important because you won't get promoted sometimes. Unfortunately, it's that way, but that's how the world works. It works that way in corporate America. Honestly, it works that way in business. It works that way if you're looking to get a contract. If you're looking to get that multi-million-dollar contract, I'm not telling you to do anything illegal. However, what I'm saying is that sometimes it helps you to know that decision maker. The decision maker is going to be the one that's going to essentially make that decision for you to go ahead and get that multi-million-dollar contract. Or heck, that $10,000 contract, right? Those things are important. Number 6, focus on assets versus liability. So, quick definition. Liability. A liability is something that you spend your money on, a purchase, right? That essentially is just an expense. You're just throwing money into something, right? And you're not getting any return or any money back, okay? Asset is something that you can put money into. It either appreciates in value or you can essentially get some sort of cash based on your money that you spend on this asset. One example of this that I feel has began to be more of an asset than a liability is actually an Airbnb property. So a lot of people used to say, you know what, when you purchase a home, it's a liability and it's not necessarily something that, you can make money off of. I beg to differ. There's 2 ways that you can make money off of a home. One could be this home that you purchase, you can be making cash on, say, if you made it into an Airbnb property. Now, don't quote me on this, but a lot of times in real estate, you have to own the home for a certain amount of time before you can turn it into an investment property. However, you can still gain cash. Another example of an asset would be you purchasing, let's say, a camera. So a camera is something that, although it costs a ton of money, right? Because you're buying this camera, you may buy certain lenses, you may buy lighting, all of these items, right? But you can turn it into a business. You can essentially rent the camera or the lighting out to someone. You can make cash doing that. You can start a photography business, right? So you can do photo shoots. You can also start a YouTube channel. You can make money doing that. There's lots of ways that you can make money off of this large purchase that you made with this camera. That, in my opinion, is something that a lot of us need to focus in on. A lot of us are purchasing items, but we're not turning it more so into an asset. We're kind of looking at it like a liability. Guys, that's my time. Thank you for joining me today. If you found value in this video, be sure to like it. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Share this video with someone who you feel can benefit from the information. Check out my website, shineharness.com. Got the 3-day money video course there. Until then, peace, guys. We out.